have 7,000 people following us on Facebook. We have Instagram. We have Twitter. Give us your feedback as always, and we appreciate you guys. Was the 2021 season a success for the Steelers? I believe it was. We still were in a pandemic. We had a lot going on. We had a lot of changes. There wasn't much cap room, and we did what we had to do to make a difference. We ended up finishing 9-7-1, which was good. 9-7-1 with all the changes, young offensive line. We were a half game behind the Bengals, who ended up winning the division and are in the Super Bowl. We'll see how that goes for them this weekend. But they beat us twice, and that cannot happen. But I'm still pretty happy where we finished, considering, and with the new coordinator and everything, all the changes. It was good. It was good. Mike and I both picked us to be 10-7. We thought the offensive line would gel by middle of the season, which they started to, and then injuries happened. We thought with the young receivers, we thought Claypool would have a great second year. It didn't happen. But we thought Ebron would be better. It didn't happen. We thought the defense would play a little better. Didn't happen. But, considering all things considered, where we finished was pretty good. Pretty good, man. Big Ben came back. He took a pay cut to come back and play one more year. I thought he would play more than 1 year. I thought he would play 2, but he clearly was done by the end of this year, and I was wrong. And I think his creaky knees got the best of him, and you could tell he couldn't really throw downfield. Defenses played up on us because they knew we couldn't throw downfield. And that was part of the problem, too. And teams knew our offense could only score 20 points a game at the most, so they could take their time and run the ball on us, and that was another problem. Whereas if we had the lead, they would not be able to do that, and that's something we want to work on this year. Juju came back. That was a big free agent signing, and we lost him after the second or third game for the year. He did come back in the playoffs, which was a testament to him, but that was a big loss on our offense. Him and Ben had a great connection, and that really hurt us this year as well. We acquired Melvin Ingram in the offseason. I thought he was going to be great, and he was playing well, and I think he would have done very well in that role. But he wanted more playing time, and he wasn't going to play over Highsmith, and we ended up trading him, and that hurt us a lot. That was another thing that hurt us. I like the guys, the way they played behind Watt and Highsmith, Taco and Tuska, but, I think he would have been better. That was just another thing that happened. I thought we did well, though, acquiring guys. We traded for Witherspoon. We also traded for Joe Schobert. Both good players. Schobert didn't quite live up to what we thought he would be, but he, jumped on a moving train. And it's not an easy position in our defense to know. And I think he'll be fine. I think Joe will be back. He'll probably take a pay cut or extend his contract, and we'll also draft some depth there. And we got some Buddy Johnson and other ones coming up. Bush is another one, didn't live up to the expectations this year, but this guy did at the end of the year, Witherspoon, and I hope we can bring him back. That was a big acquisition by Kevin Colbert. Very happy with that. We did not count on Tuitt going down or not coming back because of the death of his brother. And him and the loss of Tuitt and Alualu was huge. Those guys were both good players. Our defense is predicated on getting a push up front. And then the guys on the edge just collapsed the pocket, set the edge, and we got ran up right up the middle all the time. And the young guys did well for being young guys, but, Alualu was another one that came back, and it seemed so magical this year. And it was sad to see him out, but he says he's going to be back and 100% and ready to go. And I think he will. The offensive line, speaking of lines, never really gelled. Kendrick Green struggled. By the end of the year, we had Haas playing center. The offensive line coach left. I think he was going to get fired if he didn't leave. And clearly saw a difference in the last couple games, although not the playoff game so much. But we need to get a veteran center. And I think that was a mistake. And new offense, the dink and dunk was all we do because we had to throw the ball so fast. And it's something that's got to change. And we have a great running back. And if we can get this line going, that will be huge for this team. And teams won't be able to run on us because they're going to be behind. The highlight of the year for me was beating the Browns twice. All we heard about was how great the Browns were, their best roster in football, easy Super Bowl for them. They're going to be playing the Chiefs again. And that never happened. They weren't even close. And we beat them twice. And the second game was very magical. And it was good. It was good to beat them twice and shut them up. And once again, they're where they belong. We had the most sacks in the league this year. That's great, man. 55 sacks. Once again, we led the league in sacks. And that was all predicated to mostly one guy, the great TJ Watt, who tied the sack record. I think he should have had it, but he tied it. And he got the big contract this year. And he earned every penny as far as I'm concerned. And he's probably more than likely going to be Defensive Player of the Year. If he's not, something's wrong. He should be. He should be. Other guys that stepped up this year, Deontay Johnson. He had 107 catches. It's a great season, 8 touchdowns. And I think he'll continue to be a success. Also, Cam Hayward had 10 sacks. Cam Hayward's double teamed every play, and he still played. He showed up, had 10 sacks, played very well. Najee Harris, what a draft pick that was. It was worth the number 1 pick. The guy had broke the rookie record for us for rushing and receptions, and he's going to be a stud for a long time. And we want to build around him. And Pat Freiermuth also had a great season. He had 8 touchdowns. Other guys I think that played well was Dan Moore is another one. I think he'll be a left tackle for 10 years in this team. He was a rookie, man. And, you saw how when we played the Browns second game, how James Hudson did as a rookie. Dan Moore is way better than him. So Dan Moore is only going to get better. We have our left tackle, or possibly move him to right. We'll see. Chooks played well too, and that's another free agent. We'll go over the free agents in another episode. But I thought Wormley, Chooks, Dotson, Loudermilk's another draft pick. He played decent. He's still learning. He's raw, but I think he's got potential to be really good. Anyway, those 4 guys made the Pro Bowl. Deontay, Najee, Cam Hayward, and, of course, Watt. And Minka should have made it, but he didn't. But it doesn't really matter. We know Minka's the best safety in the league. And one thing, of course, Ben retired. We had a great Monday night game where we got to say goodbye. You couldn't ask for anything more. And he got to say his goodbye. And I knew at that point that he wasn't coming back. But I think he will officially retire in June, and that will save us another $7 million in cap space. Another man that's retiring after the year, of course, is one more thing on Ben. Ben had 18 seasons without a losing season. That is 18 years without a losing record. That's Steeler Nation, man. Nobody does that. That's a testament to Tomlin also, but Big Ben. We never had a losing season with Ben. He always gave us a chance to win. I think that is what I will always remember about him the most. Wasn't quite the same at the end, but he still found a way. It's 6 comeback wins this year, the most in the league. And thank you, Kevin Colbert. He's going to step down, step aside. He's still going to be around to help, but probably one of the greatest GMs we've had, and if not and he will be in the Hall of Fame someday. Great draft picks. Of course, he's had some he's missed on, but everybody's had some they've missed on. And he's going to be missed, greatly missed. Also, Keith Butler is going to retire at the end of the year. And thank you, Keith, for all you've done with leading the league in sacks. It's a testament to you. And he was also a great linebacker coach. And I think Terrell Austin will take a spot that'll be named anytime. And that's fine. That's what we do. We promote from within. Also, I think Matt Canada will be back. And that's fine with me. And hopefully we get Mike Munchak back, as we don't have an offensive line coach right now. Or hire somebody with pay somebody that's worth it, like a Callahan that with the Browns, somebody like that. Look what he did for their line, even though it wasn't as great as they thought it was going to be. But hey, I think it was a successful season, guys. Thank you guys for your support, and give me your comments and your thoughts if you think it was a successful season. We got a lot to look forward to with the draft, the combine. Just getting excited about all the things we got to look forward to. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Go Steelers.